Hello! Hello. Sweet Alexandre Montez. How are you there in Dubai and all that exuberance of health and joy? Look at you. Welcome to the 11th episode of Back to Joy. Back to Joy. How have you been? How is Dubai doing?
My precious Gloria, first of all, thank you very much for having me on your channel. It's very, very nice to have this beautiful time with you. For you, it's a good morning. For us, it's a good evening. It's already 7 o'clock in Dubai.
Yeah.
But there's no time to share love and share happiness with anybody.
Yes.
Timeless.
I can't thank enough the CEO clubs in Dubai, because they made it possible that we meet with E-Models agency. And I'm going to be doing this, guys, because or else I can't see what I'm doing.
I disagray with you. Even without the CEO club, we meant to meet. So
yes,
if somebody else decides it's going to happen.
Thank you is something nice, to appreciate. I always want to appreciate, because wow, I mean that Sarah Nizami has done so much. Now we're here. This program, as you'll know, is created to spring back to joy in difficult times, and in these difficult times is where most incredible things happen. Like Villas Hishu, this amazing center that I would like to share with you. When are you going to be coming to our center?
As soon as they allow me to travel, I hope at the beginning of next year I'll be able to discover your beautiful place.
Yes, I want to share. This is one of the latest videos, because we're doing a fest for feelings, a feelings fest. So we're going to organize a full week of professional people who have been for years taking care of the inward. Let's see if you like this. All of you, I'm welcoming you.
It is for me to invite you to this special place where birds speak, trees hug, and you feel. It's an amazing opportunity to remember that you are as perfect as this tree. The doors of Villas Hishu from November 9 to November 15, for you to come and remember the magic within. Magic in all this nature, this 200-year-old trees, all the beautiful art of our Mexican traditional artists and their gifts. They're waiting for you. The week of 9 to 15 of November, let's together weave magic back into serenity. I'm Gloria, the dreamer and mother of
We got a little bit stuck, the internet, but anyway, that's the message. And I'm sure you, my sweet Alexandre, you would love it here, because also I would like to know, who is Alexandre?
Who is Alexandre? Very interesting question. He's an eternal student. He's very curious. He's an eternal student who found out that helping the people without expecting anything in return, is the highest level of making somebody happy. Helping somebody without expecting something back, it creates, Mother Nature, they give us this beautiful chemical reaction that when you help somebody, the body creates dopamine, it creates happiness. So I would like the people to understand that just by helping the people, it creates happiness in you. It's like a reward that you have inside. When you help somebody, you have this feeling. And you can find out by yourself. Last time you give $5 to somebody on the street, didn't you feel great for the last half an hour or hour, right? You felt great, a good feeling, and it costs you nothing. So that's a proof this process works. I would like people to understand that and use as much as they can, not because they want to help the people, just for themselves. And at the same time, you're going to make the world a much better place to be.
I totally agree with you. I would like to share that it's exactly what happened to me when I was in the poor me. And then what happens to your brain? You are sending these visions of contraction. I'm not good enough. And so the brain will send you stress all the time. Not when you need it, which is in times of danger. But if you're just telling yourself I'm ugly, there's no danger there except for you. So when you do this, when you do those, when you give those acts of kindness that just come from coming, the brain, you're giving to the brain this sensation of, oh my God, it's so nice to give a hug to this lady. And you give the person a hug because you just feel it's nice. And this will create in your brain, then you will give your brain the signal that everything is fine. So the dopamines, the endorphins will come and send you to expansion. So actually, I would use the word convenient. It is convenient to have these thoughts of joy. And it's convenient. Why? Because your brain will give you a dopamine. It's like going to the pharmacy. Can you please give me some happiness? You know?
Exactly.
And yesterday I had an incredible event. And there was, we have here the Day of the Dead, November 1, because we really celebrate the dead because we don't believe in death. It's just another type of life. So we gather and we connect to the stories of the people who went back to the stars. We laugh, we eat, we sing. And so yesterday I did a gathering with whoever wanted to come. We bought the flowers for them to do altars. And then one lady, she gave us a very, very abundant, she said, donation. You know, I just did it to bring people together. But she said, no, I want to give you a donation. And I took a picture of that bill. It was a big bill. I took it to our temple, you know, I prayed for that lady. And then I took a picture of that bill and I sent it to the lady saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then she told me the story. She found a very big bill on the floor, right?
Wow.
So whatever the value of it, half of it, she gave to a lady that was in the streets, sitting down on the sidewalk, selling avocados. So she gave her that big bill. And the other big bill she gave to me. She said, this is not for me to keep. This is for me to share. So imagine exactly what you're saying. You know, this lady said, this is not for me to keep. This is for me to continue sharing. So now, all of you who are listening, you have been sprayed with the joy of this lady giving back to a lady who was selling avocados on the street. And then to me, for the effort that she felt was being brought for the event. And so now, you know, we're so much closer because I felt, okay, that bill went all the way to our temple. We lit incense, we thanked God, and we wished so much abundance for everyone. I sent the pic to her, and then she tells me the story.
So now imagine how the person felt.
Aren't you feeling it? Aren't you feeling it? Let's see. Hello.
Life is a karma thing. More you give, more you receive, all the time. Either you believe in it or not, it's a rule.
I think Yvette is also feeling it. Good morning, Yvette. Hello. Yvette is in the States, and she's always with us in our stories. Thank you so much. So did you say that you get what you give? Can you tell us a little bit more about that, please, Alexandre?
About the karma, for sure. Either you believe it or not, the karma works actually in two ways. There is, that's for my own understanding. Everybody has own understanding, but for my understanding, the karma works for two reasons. Once, by itself, the karma, what you give, you receive you can, for example, give money and you receive health. You can give love, you receive success, you know. There's always a balance there. Don't expect no way you receive, but you receive anyway. And the other way, it's in your head. Because when you do something wrong, unconsciously, you know that you did something wrong and you put yourself in a situation to attract the bad things. Same thing with the good things. I'm somebody who does a lot of good things around me all the time. So I'm constantly expecting an unbelievable luck. I believe that great things happen to me because I give as well. So at any moment of the day, I'm ready to receive fantastic things. Love, education, information, money, whatever. I'm ready to receive because I know I give as well. And just the fact that you convince yourself you're like this, you are so much receptive. Your frequency change and you get all the things around you. Because I know I deserve it. So you have two ways, either the karma itself or your understanding and feeling of karma.
Okay, I'm going to rebate on that. I'm so glad we think so differently. I love it. I love it. And of course, I so respect your thoughts. Thank you so much. Now, if you say that, okay, do good things, and then you will attract the good things back. Now you will be in expectation, because what is good and bad? I don't believe there's good and bad. There's just different, right? So if I'm going to do something good, now I'm going to be expecting now, tomorrow, or later, something to come back to me better than that. But what I feel is rather, I'm not going to do anything good nor bad. I'm just going to do things that make me feel content, that make me feel expanded. When I'm doing things that make me feel expanded, my brain gets the signal, and I'm going to get the expansion hormone, which is dopamine, endorphins, all those, they call them happiness hormones. So my whole body is going to be moving on that kind of fuel. So health, wealth, well-being will just be there. However, I never have the feeling that, once I'm feeling, oh my God, this tree is so beautiful, and I get so full of that, I sometimes cry. This is what I call spiritual orgasm. In fact, I have a book called Spiritual Orgasms, Vivid Encounters in the Now, because my body starts getting so full of those endorphins. It's like orgasmic. No, not like it is orgasmic. I start shivering and crying. In that moment, I feel what happens to my body is that my light meridians open, and the flow of the source that created me starts flowing within me, and I start feeling like floating. So karma for me, and I would love you to explain us more, karma to me feels like constrictive, because the way I have understood it until now, if you do something wrong, you will pay it. And if you do something right, you will be praised. And I can't seem to understand that, because when I see everything around me, the trees, the insects, the stones, the people, the incredible art crafts. Look here, this is everything I use here is handmade. My dishes, everything. So I have even my clothes, they're hand painted. So I always feel the people's energy on whatever I'm doing, the wow. So how can that be ever punished? How can they ever be praised? It can just be for me. So please tell me, how do you see that? I mean, I can't understand the punish and the praising thing.
We punish ourselves and we're praising ourselves. It's just a mental reaction that we have. When you do something good, we expect something good in return. Like every morning, I say, before I start the day, I tell myself, thank you in advance for all the good things that's going to happen to me today. So I put myself in a situation that I expect good things, and I say thank you in advance. So when you say thank you in advance, I mean, saying thank you is the highest level of confirming that event already happened. And if you say that thank you, it's already happened, the universe make it happen. We're part of the universe. We are made of energy. And if you convince yourself that the things already happen, I mean, people understand the book, The Secret, and all the things, law of attraction, and the highest level is to say thank you. When it says thank you, means the event already happened. So it's already there. So,
but this is a different answer.
And sometimes it does not happen. Sometimes the good things which I'm expecting does not happen, but it does not matter, because all day long I was happy, I was motivated, I was feeling good, like something good can happen to me, and that is important. It's a goal. The goal is there to motivate you. The event doesn't matter. It's how you feel towards it.
But this is not my question. This is not my question. My question is about praising and punishing. I mean, praising and punishing will bring you into criticism and judging. And if you're going to judge yourself, you will bring yourself down, because every time you say, I did something wrong, oh my God, I'm so bad, the brain is going to give you the cortisol, the stress hormone. So you're going to be creating your own mammoth, although they are already extinct, and you will want to escape from it and run from it, because you are judging yourself. And if you're judging yourself, you're going to be in the situation to judge others. That's when you will be attacking. So my question is how to handle this judging, which involves karma. This is how I understand karma. I don't know if I'm understanding it properly, but I've heard it before. If you do something wrong, it's going to come and get you sooner or later. If you do something good, it's going to catch you sooner or later. But the good and bad for me, look, I lived in Japan. And when you go into a restaurant in Japan, everybody makes noise like this. And you know, for a Mexican, this is absolutely not possible. So living in Japan, I found out that what's right and what's wrong? No, it's just different. So if I can put myself into this position where I always and always go to my pharmacy to ask for endorphins through appreciation, through listening to others, through, you know, those acts that make me feel, and share, because the sharing thing, I mean, we came to share. We are gregarious people. We move in groups. And it's so beautiful to feel that you can provide someone with something that is going to make them happy. Of course, you cannot make them happy, but you can provide things for them. Take it, you know? I'm going to offer you this, but if you don't take it, as much as I like it, if you don't take it, you're not going to enjoy it. So I can just put it there for you, and then you will see if you take it or not. So that's where I don't understand this karma thing.
It's, you know, you mentioned a word about judgments. We judge ourselves, we judge other things.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to judge. Sometimes I catch myself judging. Everybody does judgments unconsciously, but I'm trying to analyze the things. But as soon as I put an emotion towards it, that's a judgment. I try to don't put emotion, nothing personal. I try to understand the situation, because an event, as you said before, there is no bad or good events. We make it good and bad, you know. Events in the events. A catastrophe is a catastrophe. Whatever happened, it happened. But it's our interpretation which makes it all good or bad.
Okay, very good. So where were you born?
I'm born in Portugal. By the sea.
Nice.
Yes, I'm a sea boy.
Oh, I love that.
And later on, I went to Switzerland. I grew up all my life in Switzerland, in a very cold country. So that was quite of a transition from the sun and sea to the cold and foggy Switzerland, which was part of my journey. I understand it today that it was part of my journey, and I'm very grateful. I won't be here today without this experience. But I'm also happy that I when I was 20 years old, I moved out and I started to discover the entire world, which was my goal, my secret passion is to discover the entire world.
To discover the entire world. So you traveled a lot. I have some pictures to share if you allow me. Tell us about this one.
This is in Chiang Mai, north of Thailand. A beautiful area, so peaceful. A lot of lovely people all day long. It's like a magic place there.
Why were you there?
I was there to do 1 month of traveling with my wife, with backpacking and a small motorbike, these small scooters. And we spent an entire month going city by city in Thailand, discovering the entire Thailand. And every night to look at where the next guest house, and we stop every night different place. Just let's go with the flow and let's see where the life leads us. And that's a fantastic experience.
That's
when you have faith in life, good things happen to you.
What is this? Tell us.
This was in Bali, in the rice pad. I do love to connect with everybody, all the local people. I think that we don't open enough our heart towards the old people and towards the people who are local. There's so much to learn, so much to teach us. I always like to travel a lot and talk to the people, just doing nothing, just talk to them, because they give you so much information about life. As you say, in Japan, for example, this different understanding of being polite in restaurants. And I think that we are kind of clueless and lack of culture to don't know all the things, and we judge people without knowing what is the side of life. And I think traveling is the best school of life that you can ever have, is traveling.
Now, I understand that you used modeling to be able to travel all over the world, right? You become a model. Tell us about what is modeling. You know,
very true. I had, as I said before, I had this dream to travel around the world. I had this dream, I want to travel around the world for one day to know where I want to live. According all the places I've been on the world, that's a place which fit me the most. But for that, you need to travel around the world and discover many places. And I was like, which kind of work I can do that? Which kind of job will allow me to travel so much? I started to work in hotel. I was about to do the hotel school of Geneva. And while I was there, while I was about to start the school, something happened to me. I win a contest in Switzerland. I was Mr. Switzerland.
Are you
And
in Switzerland?
yes,
Oh.
in 1998, a long time ago.
How many girls were following Mr. Switzerland? Huh?
There was no social media at that time. I don't know. So, and therefore I realized that I can use this excuse as a model to discover the entire world. And I'm so grateful for that, because it allowed me to be in more than 80 different countries around the world, living between one day up to 2 years or sometimes even more. And it allowed me to not just come there as a tourist. Actually, I was living there. The agency organized an apartment. I was doing my shopping. I was part of the social life, part of the living in the country, not just like hotel, restaurant, back to the airplane. I was living in all those countries. And this is the most fantastic experience ever.
How is the life of a model? I mean, you have to watch out what you're eating. People sort of see you like, a little bit like up there. How does the person inside, the normal human being, feel being a model?
Being a model, well, to be honest, I've never been a model in my head. That's why it's a big contradictory, because I used that as an excuse to travel. It was a fantastic experience. It brought me to the mountains in the Alps, the desert, the lake. I did the most fantastic things. They keep you traveling on the world and they put you in situation adventure all the time. And it's very exciting because every day is a different job. So you don't know where you're going to be in 1 week. And this is so exciting. It makes life so exciting. Life of model, you can make the best of it if you take it in the way I did. I believe that's my own opinion. If you take the traveling side, discovering the people and everything. But some other people prefer the fashion side of it and be in Paris, London, and Milan, which I respect. Is very good. But it was not my cup of tea. My cup of tea was traveling, and I've been in so many countries in Asia and America. But fashion for Paris, New York, London is not my thing. I prefer to go to Shanghai, to India, to all the things. More exciting.
Tell us about this picture, because I can see modeling can also bring a lot of tears to your eyes. Tell us about this picture. What is it?
True. Since I did some competition in Europe as a beauty contest, Mr. Switzerland, all this, very often I'm invited as a judge for different contests. So this was in Dubai for Miss Super Globe. And I have so much empathy towards them because I know exactly what they're going through. I know the emotions. I know the thrill, the excitement to be there. It's a very good experience, and it doesn't matter if you win or not. It's just about being there with this fantastic experience, And like everything in life is an experience. You have to take it and embrace it. Either you lose or win, doesn't matter. But there is something you learn out of it, and that's the way you should take everything in life.
I see. And this lady who's crying, there's two girls crying. What was the effect in you when you see them crying?
As I said before, I had a lot of empathy because I understand what they're going through because I've been there before.
What are they going through?
What is difficult? Yes. What is difficult is to select somebody because they're all fantastic. They're all their own charms. And to have to choose one person is so unfair. It's so unfair. But we have to, as a judge, we have to.
Yes, of course, you have to. And tell us, what makes you happy?
What makes me happy?
Yes.
A lot of things make me happy. I've been thinking about that all the time. One of the things is to do something you like.
Do something you like.
Find something you like. Can be a sport, can be with somebody, anything. And when you find a thing, just master it. Do it as much as you can. As simple as that. Another one.
You would say master what you like to do. Mastering?
Mastering.
I like
what makes you happy. Find what makes you happy and just master it. Do it as much as you can. And in a more wild understanding, I think that if you do what you're supposed to do in life, everybody comes on earth with one mission, one purpose. That's my understanding. And I think that once you understand your path, you understand why you're here, and you start to put the bricks of this new way, that makes you happy. Because you know in the right path and you freaking see everything falling in place at the right time. There's no coincidence anymore. Things just happen. It's supposed to happen that way. And if you're not in harmony with yourself, you're a bit lost. That's when you don't feel very happy. But being happy is finding a purpose on the earth and know that this is purpose and do everything you can to achieve what is your reason here.
Find a purpose in life.
Yeah.
So did you find your purpose in your life?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
What is your purpose?
My purpose is to help the people to understand themselves. For that, I need first to understand myself. I'm working very well. That's
Yes.
the first thing. I'm still studying a lot. And the next step is to help the people how to understand their body, their mind, how to hack the brain, because there is so many things we do not understand about the body. Few things we can change your entire day. For example, do you know that doing 20 minutes of sport on the morning, it increases your brain capacity for 30% for 15 hours? Something very small, you know? There's a lot of hacks like this in life which can make you be, yeah, exactly. I love sports. So there's many things that you can do in life to bring happiness. Every morning when I wake up, I'm doing my little mantra. I say, thank you very much for my amazing soul. Thank you so much for this bright mind. And thank you so much for this temple body, you know. So I'm thankful for things in life. And there is so many ways to trick your brain. As I said before, in the morning, I say, thank you in advance for the things which are already mine. So I really receive the happiness and the joy of the things, even if they don't happen yet. But I really receive the dopamine and serotonin that it creates.
Okay, I have a little jump in my heart when I hear you say, thank you for the things that are already mine, but they're not yet mine, but they're already mine. For me, that brings a little bit of expectation, because I really want to know how you're feeling it. Thank you for the things that are already mine, but if everything is already yours, because nothing is yours at the end, so then there's a flow. But for the things that are already mine, and what if they're not mine, that brings me a little jump in my heart. Tell me about how you feel when I say this.
If you say the things are already mine, means they're already there. That
But then
puts you in a mind that you don't need anything anymore, because for you it's already, you already got the joy of it, you know. So you don't go out in
so
situations.
thank you for everything that's around me, kind of thing. Not already. So that would be similar to saying thank you for everything. That's it, without already mine, without the mine thing in it.
No, as if, for example,
if you need nothing, there's no point in putting the idea that they are already mine, because there's no need for being mine, because you need nothing. So
but this is to do with the frequency and the law of attraction. You know, for example, you want a good meeting to happen, you say thank you for this meeting, which is great. You don't say, oh, I hope I'm going to have a good meeting. No, you know, the meeting is already done in my head, you know, it's already a success. Thank you for that. When I go for the meeting, in my head, the meeting is already a success. So I just have to convince the person, you know what, the meeting is a success already. I have to make you understand that. But in my head, it's already done. It's deal already.
Okay, I flow in a different way. I just flow. You know, like, for example, for me, goal setting, which is very popular, is something that is like cutting the wings. Why? Because if I'm going to set a goal to come from here to there, then I know the path from here to there. But when I flow, all of a sudden I find myself in, how on earth did this happen? You know, because let's say I have a meeting, and then I put myself in the goal for the meeting. I end up not with a meeting. I end up with a contract, but I didn't even know. So because I don't even know, you know, I just flow, knowing that everything is perfect just the way it is, as it is. If I'm going to fall down the stairs, I knew I had to fall down the stairs because it was not convenient for the perception of okay, there is absolutely something that I agree with you, is that you when you set a direction, north, south, east, west, you're going to go that way. So that is very important. My direction, for example, is violet and green. So I go where it's violet and green. However, I just flow that way. And then this way, we have this festival, the Serenity Festival, that, you know, you asked me a week ago, I didn't know it was going to happen. But then things happened, and somebody asked us if we could rent this place for a certain event. And the person I was talking to and I were clicked so much. She put her body in a bus and came all the way 10 hours to come and see me. And then it was just like a flow. We hugged, we cried, we went to the hot water, we saw the trees moving like this, like that. And then we just felt, let's do this festival. Let's bring all the people here for a full week to share this. What is this? She didn't know when she was in Puebla before catching the bus. You see? So for me, it's wonderful when you don't put any expectations or any goals. Just the direction, yes.
We're living in, you are in, you have the settings on your phone, for example, on the camera. You're living on the automatic setting. I'm living on a manual setting. Like you let the things happen and they happen. They're fantastic, and all the elements around you are creating to make this perfect picture that you want in life, but everything's automatic. I like to understand what is the settings. I like to understand the thing behind what makes a picture nice than another one. I'm very curious, so I like to understand the things. And when you talk about the goals, my opinion is that people, they need to have goals in life.
Okay.
You want every day to work in the office or whatever it is, because the goal is to have a salary. We need goals as human beings. Without goals, there is no evolution, because we want to be better. We want to do something different. And the goal is not there to be rich. Let me share a story with you. When I was young, I started to do Taekwondo, art martial. And my first day I get there, I go to master, I want to have the black belt. How can I have the black belt? You see, my son, you want the black belt? He removed, here it is, a black belt. I said, what do you mean? You want the black belt? Here it is. See, black belt is nothing. It's nothing. It's from now today until you reach the black belt. Everything gonna learn, all the pressure your body gonna be through, all the stretching, all the punch, everything. This is a real goal. The black belt is nothing. It's all what you're gonna learn in your journey until you get there. That's important. And that's everything in life. The goal is sometimes not meant to be rich. It's that to motivate you and to make you a better version, smarter, faster, stronger, whatever it is, richer, whatever is your goal. But the goal is there to motivate you every day. We should always have goals in life, because without goals, it's like food without taste. We feed ourselves.
Unless it's not. When I hear this goal thing, for me, it's like it chokes me. It chokes me because I have to fight to get something. No, but I totally agree with you. For sure, there's stages where this will help you go to a direction. I guess I was already there and I almost died. So I don't want to be there anymore, and no more. For me, that's enough. I did a lot of that. I got sick. I had to take medicine. Thank God that happened to me, because I went from thorns to throne. This is my throne now, because whatever I lived in the past, this all this struggling in this fear, am I going to manage or not? Am I going to fail or not? It was too much. Thank God I went through it. I was successful in the fact that I'm still alive, and I love to be alive. And now I feel this, just surrender, completely surrender. One thing, yes, is, do you know who you are? Do you know what are your gifts? Because we all came, see, I have this kind of eyes, you have those kind of eyes. You're tall, I'm short. We all have, we are unique, we are irreplaceable, we are not duplicatable. We are just really unique. However, as earthlings, of course, the only thing we have is this body. However, the things that I enjoy are not the same things that you enjoy. That's why I really love this conversation. We have different points of view. Wow, the salad is much richer with this different points of view. So definitely for those people who still are in the coming out of the struggle, it's very important to have a container. And this is where I want to ask you, can you give us the 3 tools that make you come back to joy in these dense times that we all have in life? Could be anything that makes you feel in contraction. What are 3 tools that you give us?
When you go to challenge,
come back to joy?
First of all, I'm very distant towards the events. I mean, there's a lot of things you cannot control, but what you can control is your reaction towards it. So I have, first of all, a very simple philosophy: is if you can do something about it, don't worry, just do it. And if there is nothing you can do about it, don't worry, because there's nothing you can do about it. You know, people get stressed for things when there's nothing you can do about it. So there's many things you can choose in life, but what you can choose is to allow yourself to react in such a situation.
So what you're saying is don't worry. So I agree with you, because the worry is going to be a vision, an image that's going to go to your brain to tell you, hey, he's worried. Send him stress. Okay, yeah. How do you do that? How do you not worry? What are your tools not to worry?
Because I decide so.
Imagine a person that's, I'm so worried. How can this person decide?
The same way I decide to be happy every day. On the morning, I tell you, thank you very much for this beautiful day. You know, I'm happy today. I decide to be happy because I do live in Dubai. It's a country where there's not much nature. When you live in a country with the nature, it's much easier. When you have to build this kind of artificial happiness, which have to come, not artificial because it's a within happiness, but you have to build yourself this happiness. It's not so easy. And living here in Dubai, it forced me every day to convince myself, you know what, today I'm gonna be happy. Nothing will change my way. And sometimes change comes, you know, sometimes I'm less happy, you know, but I will not let the outworld destroy my inner happiness.
I have a picture of a tool that you use and I used to help us stay happy. This one. Tell us about Wim Hof, please.
Exactly. So one of the techniques I'm using, for example, is the ice bath. I discovered that it's been exactly 1 year ago. I went to ice bath because, as I told you before, I born in Portugal. I grew up in Switzerland. What I didn't tell you is that I grew up with a fear of the cold. I could not stand the cold. That's why I decided one day I will live in the country as long as I can wear my flip-flops. The day it's too cold to wear flip-flops, I'm changing the country. So I'm spending summer in Europe and all the winter in hot countries, mostly in Asia.
Okay.
And this is my philosophy. So I grew up with the thing, I'm afraid of the cold. But at the same time, I like to change myself. I like to put myself out of my comfort zone. And going to the ice bath, it was just the most uncomfortable thing for me ever. That's why I live in Dubai since 15 years because I like the hot, I like the warm, I like humidity. Cold for me is my enemy. But you know what? Let's face it. Let's go there. And surprisingly, through exercises, I could stand a lot. I could stay a lot in the cold water. There were some techniques and everything. And I love the mind over matter, the control of your brain. So I use a lot of willpower beginning to be able to stand so long. And then I start to do it very often in my house. I bought a freezer. I put water inside and I make my own ice bath every day. And nowadays, yeah.
Tell me, this picture here, is this in your house or how?
No. This is in a jacuzzi. That's bring a
jacuzzi with cold water.
Yeah. And since I'm doing every day in my house, my relationship to the cold changed so much because I went through different experience, which I could analyze my body, understand my body, and I find a lot of techniques for me to be able to stay much longer. Now I can, if I want to use the willpower, I can stay up to half an hour in the ice. You know, I'm okay with that. Yeah. There's no point. After 5 minutes, it's enough because the body needs to be in stress. For 2, 3 to 5 minutes, it's okay. After that, it's more like an ego thing to change your body. It's good sometimes, but there's no benefits for the body.
Wim Hof did it for 2 hours. I really appreciate, you know, every time I also get into my cold water here, but of course it's not freezing like yours because it's just the cold of the natural night. And but Wim Hof, I really want to again thank Wim Hof for having done. You say it could be for the ego, but I think and feel that Wim does it to share his joy of getting out of the grief of having been widowed by his wife, committing suicide, leaving 4 kids behind, and he doesn't know what to do. So whoever out there, sweet audience, you feel that I don't know where to go, you can go to Wim Hof, Google him, and how he managed to stay and spring back to joy by creating a method that he could share with others. So he holds many records, Guinness records, I think 60 of them. He's been to the Everest without a shirt. He has swam under ice in the Arctic, for, I don't know, it's amazing guy. So
he had to stop swimming because he could swim longer, but his eyes, the part of the eyes, they were frozen. The body could handle it. It's just like this part of the eyes, it started to be frozen. You have to get out of water.
However, he knows in his head that he's not going to feel fear. For me, really, fear is the biggest challenge, because it will tell your brain that you're in danger, and fear will send you all the time the stress. Of course, if there's a mammoth following you, welcome the fear, for sure. You can escape faster. However, be aware of this, especially in the times of challenge. Trick your brain. It's convenient. Think about something nice and then go on. So what is your second?
For people who want to quit this beautiful world, I want to kill themselves, they say like life is horrible and everything. I have a little trick.
Yeah, tell us.
Hold your breath.
Hold your
breath for as long as you can. You will see after 2 or 3 minutes, you will die to breathe. Your body wants to survive, so let it leave.
That's very nice. Hold your breath. And when
hold your breath.
Let me write that down.
Your body wants to leave.
And when you breathe, be happy to be alive.
Yeah.
You are breathing. Nice. This is very nice. This is a very good method to come back to now. Gratitude, right? Hold the breath. Are you going to breathe again?
Yeah.
And what would be a third tool that you can share with the audience?
To be happy to get out of stressful situation.
Yes, to spring back to joy.
One of the trick I'm using as well, like beautiful Gloria, you've been through a lot of challenges in life. Everybody's been through a lot of things, right? Good and bad. Didn't we overcome every and single of them? Otherwise, I won't be here today. And I know that whatever life throws at me, I can go over it. Otherwise, I will not go through it. Life will not put these things in my life. So I'm very convinced that everything happening in life is for a reason. And there is growth. There is something good at the end of the tunnel. Because life will never throw you at something at you that you can't overcome. The proof is that we are still alive here today, means we overcame everything in life. We are living proof of it, right?
Yes.
So just think about. Yep.
Yeah, but however, when I was younger, when I was in that poor me, I don't want to live place, I didn't want to be here. I breathe again. Do I want to breathe again? Was the question. Do I really want to wake up? I would like to sleep and sleep and sleep, so I don't know what's going on. So now what helped me out of it is exactly what you're saying. But however, I was like already above this excess fear space. Excess fear makes you blind, and excess fear will maybe put you into stealing, into drugging, into killing, into because you become so confused. You forgot that you're already divine. You think, which makes you feel that you're good for nothing. So you don't want to be here. People, when you do that, when you feel that you're good for nothing, it will spray. And when people come around you, they will kick you. They will spit at you. They will understand that's what you say you are. So that happens. But when you remember, the thing is, I was so lucky to get out of that in a very miraculous way. But this is why this program is born, because how many people are out there that they are in the contingents, to stay indoors, and what about my job, and this what if. So this program is here ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to make you remember everything is fine, like Alexandre is saying. It might seem that it's not, but who cares? It's convenient for you to convince your brain. So the brain gives you the endorphins and you can breathe by sending something nice. So if you move your fingers and say, I can move my fingers. If you can look at the eyes in the mirror and say, I can see. If you can hear my voice and say, I can hear. Slowly, slowly, you can go to your heart and tell your heart, thank you for palpitating all that oxygen to all my veins and arteries. So now you think about your veins and arteries. And then the lungs who bring the oxygen in from the trees into your lungs. Oh my God, then you can relax those shoulders. Now you can tell yourself, this too will pass, like Alexandre says. And that's why we're here. However, please, 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 as much as I know, at least one of you has gone through what I went through of not wanting to be here because we're not good enough. Remember, that person who might have spat at you or kicked you, that person was lost as you feel you're lost. Because nobody will do these acts of cruelty unless they are confused and have forgotten themselves that they are divine. So now for me, it's such a joy to feel the people that are confused because I can understand them and hold them tight. They're robbers, okay? And so what? They're first divine creatures. Then secondly, they got confused and they are defending themselves. So Wim Hof, like Alexander, with their example, are helping us to see that there are other ways. Alexander, you, for example, you got this beautiful gift of beauty according to the status quo. You're, because if I'm a Martian, maybe you're not beautiful. But I'm so happy that you never put all your dollars or the investment in how you look, but you used it in a good way to understand others and hug them as you're in Thailand, as we saw, as you come here and there, and you managed to stay in the, I'm a human being and I love to love others. I'm going to use this vehicle so I can travel here and there. So that would be another tool that you could share with us. This is the tool of using what you have in order to go to that space where this feels good to me, right?
True. I just now, since let's say almost 1 year now, that was my Christmas gift of last year. I discover what my purpose is, So now watch me. I have to go through this situation because I have an agency. There's a COVID and everything. Everything happened for a reason, But watch me because I'm growing fast. I'm getting better and better each day.
I don't think we're going to watch you.
Sorry?
We're not going to watch you. We're going to be part of you.
Yes, but
just grow together.
Best is about to come. My best version of myself is about to come. I always keep in life one saying like the best is yet to come, and I'm so convinced that the best version of myself is about to come, and I'm so excited to see my future me. So excited.
And I'm so excited to rebate that.
Beautiful as a model. No, I think this inner energy that in me is coming out, and this is for me is beautiful.
You know what? I love that we speak so differently. And we mean the same thing, though. I believe that we all are already the best versions of ourselves because we were born divine. We just open our eyes to remember. So to remember more and more and more and more. And I believe that's what you mean in your words, is to remember and go back to this, that we all are. Because if you came from 2 cells and became 50 trillion cells without doing anything, my God, it's a miracle.
It is very true. You're very right. One of my main information I gave in this workshop about happiness, I don't want to teach them a lot. I want them to remind them because we, by nature, by instinct, we know a lot of those things already. But somehow the way we grow up, society, we think we forgot everything. But as you say, I want to remind them because when I learn things in my life which help me to grow, I don't really learn. It's like, oh, but yes, it's true. Yes, it's true. It's like I already knew it. But I need somebody to write it down or put an audio book or on video to remind me. And this is what I would like to do, to remind the people that they can be a much better version. They have so much power in themselves. They can be much better.
We have.
It's like you have this Ferrari, but you only know that it goes, okay, you go back and forth, that's it. No, it's a Ferrari. To drive it, you can make the best of it. No, we just sit in the car, it looks good, and that's it, and make noise. No, our body, our brain is a fantastic machine. It's the most advanced thing, more complicated things ever created in the galaxy. It's here, and we just start now to understand.
Here.
That's exciting.
Not here. There's Jamie Harris. Hello, Jamie. Jamie has so much to tell us about it, and yes, interviewing her was beautiful. I'll send you the link, and I believe that you guys are going to become friends. I think all of us in this space are going to become friends because, yes, let's just remember that we are already perfect creations of Source. We're just remembering. And with this, we're already in time to have to say, I see you, pretty little thing. I when I see your smile. I have one more picture I'd like to share, and you did give me permission because it's so beautiful. Let me put my glass so I can see it. This one. Tell us about this.
This is my other source of happiness. This one is secret. My beautiful wife. She's the most amazing thing I ever encountered in my life.
Nice. Where is she from?
I'm a best person, sorry.
I can see the joy here. Where was she born?
She's half Korean, half Kazakhstan, born in Moscow. So she's also mixed, same as me. So it's just a joy to be with her because she's not just my wife, she's my best friend, she's my mentor, she's my daughter, my sister, my everything. She's, above all, she's my best friend.
Wow.
And when you can find your partner, which is also your best friend, you are there for ages. It doesn't matter how long, 5, 10, 12 years. It's been 7 years we are together. I still feel like I'm in a honeymoon since 7 years.
Nice, very nice. This is another tool. So when you have let go of finding someone, but if you just let go and be the happiness that you are, you will find that you will just meet the other person that you met. Because like in that picture, I said, I have to ask permission. Guys and girls, I got all these pictures from Facebook. I have permission to use them. This is a real gift, Alexandre, I have to say, because that we have that partner in our lives that makes us just feel free is not very common because of whatever, I don't know. But now that we have this, I believe it is our biggest joy and privilege to keep on in this art, hand in hand, because it's contagious. There are many people out there who are looking for a partner. So they're going to stay in the looking for. And it brings people so much solitude inside. So if you can just please invest everything in yourself, what makes you happy, go for that. Exude the joy. And all of a sudden you'll see, oh my God, there's the partner. And the partner is also in that joy of expansion. Because if both of you are going to be looking for, you're going to meet and say, this is not you. Again, looking for, this is not you. So just and exude whatever makes you happy. And in that platform, you will just find that person who complements you as man and woman. Do you agree?
Absolutely. And one thing very important when you find the right person, let the person be. Don't try to control. Let the person be free. You see this one here?
Yeah.
She has the same one.
Nice.
She has the other wing. We can be in love, can be a couple, and we can be free. Now it's about freedom, not about being possessive, And it's like, you have a fish or soap, if you can only with your hands, but if you put pressure, it's gonna slip out, Be there to support each other, but don't put pressure. Let the people be free. That's the best way to last long.
And probably that's because you didn't look for the person, because when you look for them, then you grab them. But when you are just free yourself from the beginning, free in that ability to just surrender and then be swimming, then you'll find lots and lots of other fish just swimming with you. So if you decide that there's a chemistry between this fish and this fish, and then you will just swim together. My husband, for example, and me. My husband looks at me, there she goes. I go travel, and then, she's back. And I go, he's back. He is so different. But the level of understanding that I super admire you, and he super admires me. That's the wings that you make.
Exactly.
I admire you. So how can you trap or something that is flying there in admiration? So thanks for mentioning that, because it's a very, very good tool to stay happy. So I hope to be flying into Dubai on the 17th of this month of November.
Lovely to see you. I can't wait for that big hug.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Come.
And I will hug you. I don't care if you are scared or not.
I don't care. I don't care.
I can feel that. And your beautiful wife. I won't stay long, because I want to keep on flying towards my daughter and my husband, who are in Saudi Arabia. But I'll see you 17th November. Yeah. God bless you.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much.
Now I feel
Nice to
close to you. I can't wait to have a cup of tea and for you to have dinner in our place in Dubai. And let's keep on, just feeling this joy. I really, really, really thank you for your time. I'm just going to leave with another little vision of Villas Hishu, so you feel that you want to come too. This is our orchard, which was born thanks to the anger I felt when many people here and in the world were left jobless and they couldn't eat. So this orchard was born. And this is a
Hola, Paola. Hijito más. ¿Primera vez que cortas un repollo, sobrina? Sí. Gracias por cuidarlos y de nutrirlos. Gracias.
¿Verdad?
Sí.
¿De aquí?
Gracias. Nice.
so
Lovely.
we love Mother Earth. I'm so happy to be a peasant who loves you, Alexander, and I'll see you very soon. Thank you so much, sweet audience, for having been with us. We also welcome you, whoever's going to see it offline, and jump back into joy, because it is so contagious and it's the best service you can give to the world.
It is contagious. Very true.
Thank you. And
Yes.
together we happinize better, Alexander. So let's join and create stuff together, huh?
With
now.
pleasure. Can't
Okay.
wait. All the best.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.